Officials keep saying the air quality is safe, but a lot of our viewers say they don't trust them, probably because of that huge black cloud of smoke looming over the entire area. But viewers might have another reason. Let's connect the dots. Texas is a little different when it comes to tackling environmental issues. I know that's not exactly breaking news. The state has its own environmental agency called TCEQ, and in the past it has butted heads with the Environmental Protection Agency, with the groups fighting over who has the ultimate say-so in Texas. And now TCEQ is monitoring our air quality in the wake of the ITC fire. They have some help. ITC has hired its own firm to test the air, CTEH. It has had some high-profile jobs monitoring public health before, after Katrina and the BP oil spill, but that was controversial. In fact, congressmen demanded BP stop using CTEH, claiming the company had a history of only releasing information that made the company that hired them look good. Connecting the dots, I'm Marcelino Benito for H-Town Rush.
Now, in response to our question, CTEH did release a statement saying in part that it is executing monitoring plans approved by the EPA and Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to assess the air quality. These findings are regularly shared with community members, responsible authorities, and regulatory entities to help inform public health decisions.